Now, what about headlines? You already went through the headlines by yourself and you made some observations. These are general, general guidelines by headlines. And I wanted to emphasize here that nothing is, we can't say these are rules and we have to stick with them. No, these are just like general guidelines, observations, but there's too much of diversity here. I mean, between channels, in the styles they use, in terms of the style they use, the structure of the headlines. So I will summarize here some of the observations about headlines. So they have like noun phrases. They contain noun phrases, I mean lengthy noun phrases with no verbs sometimes, as we have here in the examples. Look at those examples. You may find examples like headlines like this: under pressure from boss. Or another headline could be unexpected visit. Or overwhelming response of voters. See, it's just a noun phrase. I mean, there's no verb even here. Noun strings. A string of 3, 4, or even more nouns together, without verbs, without anything, without adjectives, just nouns. You may have this structure in the headlines. Look at those examples. See how lengthy the strings are here? Can't read a question time. There's no verb, no adjective, nothing, just the nouns. So we need, we'll be familiar. I mean, when we work on news stories this semester, we'll see examples like that. We'll see headlines written this way. Look at the second one. Landscaping company disturbance regulations. And they tend to use simple tenses, headlines. I'm talking about the headlines now in English. I mean, they use simple tenses. They don't use continuous or perfect forms. Like the examples you see on the screen now. Those are headlines. Where's the verb in the first one? Can anyone tell me, I mean, the verb in the first headline?
Pay.
Yes, no, sorry.
Protest.
Protest, yes, protest. Professors protest pay cuts. يحتجون على قطعيات الرواتب أو خصومات الرواتب أو الخصميات. لاحظوا they used protest here, the verb simple, simple present here, so they used the simple tense. What about the second one? Where's the verb?
Appears.
Appears, yes. Yes, forgotten brother appears. Again, they use simple tenses. You won't find in headlines, very rarely you find like they're using perfect tense or continuous. I mean, this is the what it should be. What you see here in the is that orange color thing or what? Yeah. Professors are protesting pay cuts. That's the original. That's what it should be written if it's a sentence, if it's a normal sentence in a normal text. But as a headline, they removed the continuity here. They just use professors protest without R, without ing. So they use simple tense here. And the other one, it should be, if you write it as a sentence in a text, it should be written this way: a forgotten brother has appeared. But they didn't write it that way in a headline. They just wrote forgotten brother. They removed A is dropped out here, and has and the ed. So it's written just without those definite articles, and we'll learn that soon. And they just use the nouns here and the verb appear. Okay. Do you see that? So when they refer to the future in a headline, they use the infinitive form to plus the verb. Mayor to open shopping mall. What is the normal structure for this sentence if it's a sentence, this headline? How to say that? The first one.
The mayor will open the shopping mall.
Yeah, could be the mayor will open the shopping mall. And the next one?
James Wood will visit Portland.
Will visit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the same. The mayor is going is going to open a new shopping mall. That's the original sentence, but it's fine. What you said is fine. I mean, is okay. And the second one, James Wood is going to visit Portland soon. So as a headline, is ing or the whole, I mean, actually is going replaced to plus the verb to visit Portland, and soon they also removed it from they leave it for this for the text itself. Did you get the point now? Any question? You can interrupt me, please. Feel free to interrupt if you didn't get any point. We're just going through some features. The slides will be available on Blackboard. If there's anything you didn't understand, let me know. What I'm talking about, it's more the features of headlines. That's how they write headlines in English. And I'm talking about headlines of news. I'm not talking about any other types of text like legal text or anything. This is only about news. So the headlines have like certain features, and we're going through the features of headlines. But again, you will find exceptions, you will find odds, you will find something not really, I mean, conforming with what we're talking about now. Auxiliary verbs are dropped in the passive form. Look at those headlines and try to think about the original ones, I mean, the normal ones. What do you think? Man killed in accident.
Killed. Is
Man,
killed.
yeah, could be.
Or got. Man got killed.
Oh God, let's say, I mean, yeah, let's say, I mean, the second one, Sydney lawyer, named hero, named hero, is named, I guess. See, a man has been killed in an accident. A lawyer from Sydney has been named a hero. Articles are dropped.
It's actually more interesting without the auxiliary verb. Like it's more catchy.
Yeah. Without me.
Yes, without.
Yeah. I mean, that's a feature of headlines, and that's why they wanted to just to attract the attention. Articles are dropped. See, the president has declares a celebration without a. So no the present perfect and a all dropped. We'll see a lot of these examples. I mean, when you work on news, I mean, this is just like, and these are examples here. I want you to go through those examples, really. I mean, it's really good to go through them. I'll make the slides available on Blackboard. Go through them today and tomorrow before we come to the next class. And then what we'll need to do, I mean, this Wednesday is all to practice writing and translating headlines. But before that, I want you to go through the slides, because here it can tell you which elements are dropped.
Doctor?
Yeah?
You didn't upload the slides yet on the Blackboard?
No, I will make them available today.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you.
And here they practice, I mean, to know what's there, I mean, in headlines. In Arabic also, there are some features. You already, I mean, went through those features. You've seen them in the activity when we started. These are just different types of the headlines. But the main thing here that usually they start with a noun. They don't start with a verb. That's the normal thing in headlines in Arabic. They start with the noun. They start with mubtada or al-fa'il or mubtada, we can say in Arabic. Not fa'il, mubtada. But there are exceptions, as we've seen from the examples given and quoted by you classmates. There are sometimes, to attract the attention, they start with a verb, which also, I mean, something we need to be aware of. So that was it. I mean, for about headlines, as I said, I mean, this is all like today we went through the features. On Wednesday, we'll translate. It's good to know the features of headlines in English and in Arabic. So when you translate, you need to adjust and you need to change sometimes. If you're translating from English to Arabic, let's say, or yeah, you need to make sure, I mean, the headline is short enough, no many words there. If you're translating into English, you need to drop some elements like the definite articles, the indefinite articles, use a simple tense. Even if it was in Arabic, like in another tense, you have to use simple tense. So whenever you translate, you have to look at the rules, the guidelines adopted usually and followed in the target language.